Howdy. I'm going to give you a brief summary of Woman Hollering Creek and why it's my favorite book this year. Woman Hollering Creek is a short story collection that was published in 1991 by famous author Sandra Cisneros. In this book, there are multiple compelling narratives that feature female characters of all ages, eras, and walks of life. The youngest of characters are still girls that are occupied with elementary school and making friends. Others are teenagers, which are presented with the challenge of romantic and sexual relationships. Lastly, adult women's stories are told as they give negative, complex lives that are filled with personal and professional relationships. The first section of this book features stories that are told from the vantage point of female children, in most instances. The stories explore family relationships with parents, siblings, and elders. Economic conditions play a huge part in the role of children and their lives. Their ethnicity sometimes is a unifying force, other times it is a limitation and a component of their life they wish to escape. The teenagers of the second section of the book engage in risky decision making. They are so desperate to enter the adult world that they put themselves in harm's way, running away from home or having sex with strangers. They struggle with seeing any consequences at all for their actions. The future alone seems to captivate them, and they are blind to the realities of the present moment, peer acceptance, and experiencing sometimes exotic appeals to them most. In the last and longest section of the book, we see a myriad experience of adult women's lives. Some of the women that are admitted to adulteresses that prefer that they wish to live in no other way, and that all they want is their own independence. Others are trying to make a less than ideal relationship work. For example, Cleophilus. Some of the women are stuck in relationships that are abusive. Other women struggle with partners who are unfaithful and cheat on them. Beyond the scope of their romantic relationships, the women look to art, pop culture, and religion for a new meaning in their lives. Occasionally, other women are the enemy. Other times, other women rescue one from perilous situations involving men. In their heartache, they identify with other women who have suffered in love and life as well. This is my favorite because it takes place in a small town that I am very familiar with, Seguin, Texas. Who would have thought? I did not know how famous a little town would be after reading this story. I believe that this story shows that Cleophilus made the right decision, which was leaving her husband after he had continually beat her and did not take care of her or her son. She persevered through the pain until it became too much for her. She then began to follow her dreams as she watched on TV by leaving her husband and making her way back to Mexico. Thank you.